Good morning, March 12th, Sunday. Yesterday was the anniversary of 3 years ago that COVID hit Toronto. Took the world in a shock, you know. You remember what you were in 3 years ago? I was at Costco just before they went for shutdown. And I was just shopping. It was like a mad dash, and the news hadn't hit yet. And then the Friday was like a zoo trying to go up and get anything. But so there's no precedence. We didn't know, what to reflect on or how to take action. It was just all day procedures come as you go, and the news is every day. It just was a big culture shock, big culture change for all of us. We had to adjust, and Canada stepped in. And Canada was one of the first countries that actually recovered faster than most countries in the world. And unfortunately, the other countries, they're still going through it. So 3 years ago, big time. Now you're thinking your elections coming up and no mask. Now masks are not mandatory as it was before. I don't think masks was mandatory back then when we got shut down. I think masks went in July for mandatory. But my mom, everybody's lifestyle has changed. My mom was going to 3 social clubs as a senior for the last 15 years, trying to tell her not to go anymore for the next few weeks. I think it was going to be a few weeks or a few months, but not going to be a whole 2 years or 3 years, right? So just a big fear. I was scared shitless, honestly, because I had to go out there and do stuff for people and shopping, and I'm glad to do it. But the fear of coming back and bringing it back home to your mom or people dropping things off for, and that was a big thing. It hit the seniors big time. There's the place down where I live, just off Comer, seniors, big senior place. That was hit big time. It was in the news later on, but just I don't know, it's just nuts. There's a lot of blame. Things took so long to get done. The airport should have been shut down by then. And we could all put the blame and reflect on that, and. But it doesn't matter. Just one thing was so proud of Torontonians, Canada. We stepped up. We went by the rules. We stuck by the circumstances, and we helped each other out. I mean, the good thing out of all the negativity is seeing people stepping up, like seeing frontline workers, firefighters, police, just being on the line there every day. Taking the chances. For us, just doing what they can. I talked to nurses, I talked to doctors. I went to Costco, stood in lineups. We got used to lining up for so many hours. I met people at No Frills, became good friends now. 3 years later, we're good friends. My posse, I call them, at No Frills, inside my endorsements. But just from lining up, spacing and just talking, socializing. And that's the way they got along. And then you see in the news, they feel good stories, restaurants, pubs, catering, bringing food, frontline workers, social workers out there. I talked to construction workers, the stuff they had to go through just to get on the job, go to the cleaning stations and all that. Just it's nuts. It's scary. In the military, you can fight the enemy, but this was the unseen enemy. They call it. You can't. Didn't know what was going. First that it was seniors, but then there was no age bracket for this COVID. It doesn't discriminate against any of you're either male or female or transgendered or sexuality or race. It doesn't matter. It just hit all over the world. You saw it, right? But after the shutdown, the first lockdown was canceled. I was downtown. I was on my bike, and everybody's out there for the first time in a year and a half, shopping, just lining up, enjoying each other's company. It just felt so great. Just so wonderful to see everybody out there just enjoying themselves. And that's where people are around each other. Out of all this, we just rely on each other. We fight, we argue, we blame the lame, discrimination, all that. But it comes down to is a life that matters. The life for each one of us is important, and that's what matters. It doesn't matter if you hate me or I don't like you, or if you have some sort of bigotry or some sort of a letdown, or somebody lets you down or insults you. It doesn't matter. It comes down to a life that matters. That's what the most important thing is. A life that matters. Every life matters. We'll see people out there shopping and just having a good time, and after the second lockdown was over, it was even greater. Just seeing people lining up there, still keeping their distance and just enjoying themselves and just enjoying company. It just felt great. It was like springtime. Remember, it was like, looking out there and biking there and seeing the first red robins I always see in the morning, and just like it was like a big difference. It was like suddenly we were all like in prison for so long. It was just like we got let loose and got on parole. But I'm so proud of Toronto and Torontonians and what they did, and just driving around and talking and socializing, and just people all just good and just want to help each other out, and just being there for the strangers, helping each other out. Strangers became friends, and friends became family. That's what I'm saying. So 3 years ago, we were hip as COVID. 3 years later, we're strong. We're standing as Torontonians, as Canadians. People look at us, look at Canada. They say, How did Canada get it done so fast? How did we recover so quickly? Because we followed the instructions and we relied on each other to respect each other's differences, our distances, and our safety. Mind you, there's still arguments about the mask and all that, and the vaccines and all. And when the vaccines came, that was another thing we had to get through. The mandatory vaccines. I don't think it was mandatory yet, but still. So, out of the people I know, I'll ask my sister-in-law's father. He came from Grenada, and big family, 6 kids, 14 grandkids, 3 great grandkids, and he went for an operation on a Friday, some sort of I don't know, a kidney thing or whatever. Friday went to the hospital. Weekend he got the COVID in the hospital. Monday he passed away, just like that. It happened so fast. This is after we getting all our vaccines, and I was in July, and then 4 months later, in November, my cousin-in-law, Walter Kester, retired Navy SEAL, proud to serve his country like me. 5 kids, 13 grandkids, 3 great grandkids, another big family also. He had medical problems, went to the hospital for procedures, went on a Monday, and I think it was a Friday he had passed away, got the COVID just like that. So for me it took it really hard because these 2 men, family matriarchs I call them, I respect them, I love them so much. They mentored me to be a better guy, just to respect people and just do good for others and just seeing the way they work and who they are and what they're all about, and miss them a lot. And so I had all the people I met, some other people that got hit with the COVID, some pretty bad, some still suffering right now, some still recovering. Talking to people on tweet, they're still recovering. It's unfortunate, So it's still out there. I mean, we put our mask down, we walk out there, but I still have my mask with me, and I don't feel comfortable, I'll put it on. But some people, when they want to make it mandatory again, there's a lot of argument about mask mandates and all that, Follow the instructions, follow the vaccine protocol, and do that. So all that is to say, Torontonians, we stepped up, we helped each other out, and that's all that matters. A life is more important than an argument or disagreement or setback. That's what matters. And I'm proud to just know all the people I met the last few years. So many strangers now, friends, and just hanging out, having coffee, and just laughing. It's amazing. With taking the bad and doing good with it.